Hello, WMBT University family. How are you guys doing? Hoping that you're doing fantastic. Well, it's over. It's over. I did the pageant. I went to the pageant, did whatever you want to call it, and it was phenomenal. It really was. I'm trying to get the words together how I can say this. It was everything that I expected, but more. If that make any kind of sense. Um, I was I was with a group of young ladies that I, I kind of grew to them, if it makes any kind of sense. Um, I share them with my wings. I would never forget them. I would never, no matter what, they know. I don't care if I'm in Timbuktu. They know if they need the matriarch, they know they can get a hold of me. That's what they call me, the matriarch. But it was, it was great. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was great. Now you might say, well, what are you planning on doing now since, the queen, her name was Brittany, and she deserved it. I'm sure she deserved it. Because this young lady, it was funny how everything went down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was funny. It was totally funny. It was funny. Hang on. Brittany came in last Thursday evening. She was downstairs with us. She hugged us. And then all of a sudden, she disappeared. And one of the girls said, "Where did she go?" I said, "I don't know." So, we had our little group, we sitting there laughing, and then all of a sudden Brittany came back down and sat it down in the chair. And we were like, wait a minute. So we all went over there and hugged her and we talked and everything. And we got to learn each other. And so she started coming around us. We all, we just all started clicking together. But Brittany was very quiet. She had this beautiful pen. It was a beautiful brooch. Her family, they do these pageants and things. And so she had this beautiful brooch. Oh my God, I love that brooch. So, oh my, I love it. I said, where can I order me one from? Because it represented her. It represented all of us. And I wish that I had the money to buy all of them. Well, I probably could buy all of them the thing because it represented us. So when it come time for us to do our pitch, I did the interview. The interview was phenomenal. The interview was phenomenal. But when we did the pitch, I kind of fell back a little bit. And there was a coach, she was there, and she said, relax your shoulders. But she didn't understand. I was terrified. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been up in front of a live audience in years because now I minister online, so I don't be around people that much. And I was like really terrified. So anyway, when Brittany went up there, Brittany had this big thing because she owns a restaurant, and I believe in giving honor where honor is due. So we were sitting down, and our president was saying, she was asking her, "What is that thing?" And she said, "This is what we use to do potatoes and everything." And I looked at her. I said, "Chef?" And she laughed. She said, "I said I do apologize." She said, "No, that's okay. That's okay." But when she did her pitch, she sold it. I'm not gonna lie, she sold it. And when came time for her to, when came time for them to pick, they picked her. And I was honest with her. And I mean, y'all know me. I'm a very blunt person. I just keep it real. I said, you got it because of your service. And what she does, She has like a culinary school for children. Remember when we were in school, they got rid of home economics. Oh, they you didn't need that no more. Nowadays, they need home economics because to learn how to survive in this chaotic world. And so when they called, said that she won, I was happy. Like the rest of the girls, we were happy. But some of the things that I learned, and I want to implement it to you guys and share with you all where I'm headed. Doing those pageants are not easy. Although ours were simple, we didn't have to do no bikinis. We have to do anything. It was clean, and that's one of the things I liked about it. A lot of the girls, my heart went out to one of the girls, and I kind of wish that she would have won something. I really do, because this young lady came all the way from wherever she was, Tampa, Miss Tampa. She came from Tampa. Her father had a heart attack, and she kept putting it in the group, letting us know what was going on, and we began to pray. We began to pray, and I kind of felt like, this is just my opinion. It don't mean it's right. It's just my opinion. I kind of felt like she could have got a perseverance award or something because she could have stayed home. A lot of us was talking about that. We really didn't look for her to come in. She could have stayed home, but she persevered because she knew this is what she wanted to do. And I honor her and I respect her for that. Um Many people came up to me and was saying, hey, we you did it. And I'm trying to figure out, what did I do besides look like a clown. I'm just playing. um it just made me see the world in a different area, to be honest. It just made me see the world in a different area. um I have what they call the Female Pastors Awards, and I have already awarded one of the pastors. I'm gonna be picking it back up sometime this year. But it was phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was phenomenal. It was beautiful. And our president, Miss Fiona. I love Miss Fiona. That lady is just as down to earth as she just as down to earth can be. The queen from 2025, my heart just fell in love with her. I'm very leery when people are bold enough to come to me and speak over my life and speak things. I'm very bold because I've seen too much stuff go down. I've been in ministry ever since I was the age of 14. I'm 60 some years old. And I've seen a lot. But this young lady was bold. We were all around the table, and she just looked at me, and I'm like, hey, honey. But when she really, and I mean, she didn't look at me side eye. Her and I looked at eyeball to eyeball, and I felt her words penetrate through my body. And it was like, wow, you all see this in me. Wow. And it really made me feel good. And then with my other, I call them my daughters. I'm sorry, I call them my daughters because I am the oldest one out of all of that. All of them. And when she started talking to me, and then when Miss Miami, Miss Daytona, Tampa, Clearwater, Zephyr Hills, all of them, we all just we combined together in Tampa. And then Miss Zephyr Hills, she spoke bold to me because I was talking about my age, and she let me know, leave that age alone. That made me feel good because I explained to her, growing up, People are so negative. Age is nothing but a number. It shows how many years you lived on this earth. I just found out that one of the Braxtons, I don't know if she's a part of Tony Braxton's family or who, but a young lady, 43 years old, cut off in a car accident. They don't know if she got distracted, don't know what happened. And I was reading up on it. Left her husband and 2 children. Young people are leaving away from here. And for me to be my age, I thank God. When I was in my office and I was reading the information, I'm like saying, God, I thank you. God, I thank you. You allow me to live this long. You allow me to live. And I'm very grateful. Very grateful. So it was an experience that I would never forget. My son-in-law, my future son-in-law, he asked me, he said, why don't you run again next year? Nope, I don't think so. I mean, I have up to I turned 65 years old. I don't think so. I'm happy right where I'm at. Because once the queen reigns for a year, she has to turn over the queen. So yeah. So when I tell you I'm very happy, I'm very happy. Now you might ask, what are you plan what are you plan on doing now? What I'm planning on doing, I received a email from one of the ladies in my Instagram, and she want me to help her with some projects. I'll probably end up doing some public speaking. I just started my practice. It's on mind body. Look for MP Practitioner Lifestyle Medicine. That's me on mindbody.com. Doing workshops on Saturdays, teaching about God's medicine, and then the school. We're revamping the school. I'm going forward with the school. I'm going to make the school, change the school into a 9 month to a year lifestyle medicine practitioner. And then what my goals are is to build a holistic hospital for children or whatever, however I decide to do it. And everyone that graduates from the school, I will hire them to work in my hospital. So those are my goals. Those are my goals. I still have the skincare line. I still have the coffee line. So those are my goals. TV, yes, all the way to the bone. Roku, elegant, timeless, global medicine. I think that's how it's set up. I put the link in. But yeah. So what I'm saying to you all is this. It was an experience that I would never. And then I got a letter from the International Women's Association, which that I am a part of, and it was something they wrote me. They said, Dr. Purdue, we want to know how things went. And I wrote them back and I explained to them. And they said, when you come back, we want you to share with us. And that I will. And I'm gonna say this. I know I have a lot of the international waters that listens to my podcast as well as the America. Get into a good professional women's association. Get into it. Um, Miss Corporate America Association, they're good. They're good. My boss, I call her my boss, the president. She do seminars. Get into it. Um, the International Women's IAW International Women's Association, they are good as well. Get into it. Learn. Build sisterhood. Women work together. Stop all of this fighting among each other. Because this is what I tell people all the time. You're nothing but dirt. Just like I'm nothing but dirt. We go to bed, we make love, we have children, we go to the bathroom, front and back. We're nothing but dirt. When God created us, when you have children, that when you if you look, I did not know this until when I had to really understand how this worked. When I had my last daughter, they showed us a film at the doctor's office, and it literally made me sick. When that sperm hits that egg, it ain't nothing but a sponge. And then that sponge develops. This is all we are. This is all we are. So we don't have the right to go around with our nose stuck up in the air, putting on airs, flesh on parade. That's what my mother used to call it. Too much flesh on parade. You're nothing. There's nothing wrong with speaking proper. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, the Bible said we are our brother's keepers. And that's the truth. We are our brother's keepers. So what I'm saying to you all is this. Women work together. Come together. Learn together. Build together. The mother of Jesus, Mary. I'm not Catholic, I'm Jewish. But I'm very sure that her spirit will be grateful, gratified, gratitude, whatever you want to call it. Queen Elizabeth. All the queens in the Bible, they will be smiling on us. Why? Because we made a difference. We made a difference. So I'm very excited about what I'm in the process of doing. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Germany, UK, Nigeria, Uganda, all Africa, all of Europe, America, even Dubai. I have some people in Dubai that listen to my show. Even Dubai. As the queen, as Miss Corporate America, Melbourne, Florida, USA, I make this vow to uphold my statue. Not to let you guys down, but to educate you and to teach you. And to all my team that are listening, my sisterhood, that are listening, I love you all with all my heart. Let's be world changers. Let's be world changers. And we can do it. I remember I heard someone in the group. She said with her sash, she raised over $10,000. That really impressed me. And for what I'm trying to get done, yeah, I'm gonna be doing some fundraisers. Because I want to get this hospital done. And then I want to go over into Nigeria. I want to get this hospital done. Because people need help. I want to get people that know about herbs that really are certified, not the people that talk off the top of their heads. This is very serious because let me share something with you. Medications are so expensive until people cannot afford it. And I remember I asked my doctor years ago, I said, what is the difference between not lifestyle, the, how, it was a word that I used, natural medicine. What's the difference between natural medicine and traditional medicine? He said the difference is traditional medicine, it get into your system and it works fast. He said, but it has the side effects. He said, well, the natural medicine, you have to take it all day long, sometimes 3 times a day. He said, but other than that, there's really no difference. And I'm like, wow. So why not create a holistic hospital? Why not? Why not? I could have been a surgeon in the stones, but I left it alone because a lot of people say, no, 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 you don't want to do that. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. But let me share something with you. Doing research, a lot of people, the stones have healed their body. The stones have energy. So, me personally, people have laughed at it, but I don't know about y'all. I, doctors are making too many mistakes. One of the hospitals I read on, this doctor took the wrong organ out of the person, and the person died, and the family got awarded over 12 to 13 million dollars. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So it's like this: if energy healing can work, I'm gonna do it. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I don't believe that God is gonna throw me into hell because of that. I don't. I know how far to go. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the Messiah. I'm not turning my back on what I believe in, but I'm also looking at different things. So that is my goal. That is my goal because too many people are dying. Too many careless mistakes. How can you say that you are a doctor and you take the wrong organ out of a person? Come on. Come on. Let's be for real. And you might say, well, he could have been tired. Well, there are other doctors that are around. They could have called on another doctor. That's heartbreaking. That's the reason why I'm kind of glad they got the robots out here doing it now. When my ex-husband had surgery, he seen the robot, went into his heart, and did something. I said, how did it feel? He said, I was looking right at that thing. I'm like, are you serious? He said, yeah. We need more robots because a lot of times the doctors are tired. A lot of times the doctors, they have personal lives. You don't know. A lot of times some doctors drink because when you study to be a surgeon, that's a whole new ball game. So yes, that is a whole lot. Well, listen, guys, I want to say thank you for being a part of this journey with me, and a shout out to my spiritual children. Yes, those are my spiritual children. A shout out to them, Miss Zephyr Hills, Miss Tampa, Miss Daytona, There's another word I cannot pronounce that word, but you know it begins with B. She's a doctor. Miss Clearwater. I did call Miss Tampa, right? Miss Tampa, Miami, myself, and there's another. There were 9. There were 10 of us. Miss Tampa. There were 10 of us, and I want to give a shout out to all of them and to say that I love you. To the ambassador, I love you. To my boss, the president, Miss Fiona, thank you so very much for allowing me to come and be a part of this. And to all the there was a lady, she's a choreographer. And that little lady had us all cracking up in there. When we first went on the stage, she did one of her numbers. She don't realize that some of us was gonna walk off the stage. She don't. Oh my god! Oh my god! That lady came up with a mic up with a Janet Jackson thing, and we all look at each other. What is it? Oh my god! It was so much fun. It was. And to all the queens that was there, and to Miss Queen, to Miss Corporate America 2025, Jessica, I love you with all my heart. You are a beautiful young lady, inspiring. And you're going to go places. You're going to go. And I like what you're doing in Orlando. I like that. To Brittany, yeah, boy. We got to come to that restaurant. I got to come to that restaurant and get some of that vegan food. But I just want to encourage you all. Hold your head up high. We made it. And to every woman that is listening at this, you are somebody. Hold your head up high. You are somebody. There's too much stuff that's out here now. Too much stuff that's out here now. Too much stuff. And my drill sergeant, Clearwater and Zephyr Hill. What am I? Y'all understand? Y'all understand that? Yeah, we got that crazy bunch. We got the crazy. And I'm gonna bring on a young lady. I don't know when I'm gonna do the interview with her. She owns her own traveling agency, and I want to bring her on because she was talking about helping people get into traveling agency. But right now, I got enough on my table, and I can't do it. And once my ministry gets larger, though the ministry is, we're ranking it close to in all, we have almost close to 20,000, and I got to start designating people. If I could use AI, I was talking to Miss Daytona, and I was sharing with her some things, and she said, "Oh no, 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 you gotta get out there, you gotta get out there." So I'm gonna start designating people to um to do this. But in all, we got close to 20, almost close to 20,000. When I came back, I seen where people have started joining, and yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, I'm going to start doing some things. But maybe later on in the future, I will have my traveling agency strictly for the ministry, for people that come into our conferences and things like that, strictly for the ministry. I would do that. This would be a part of the nation of Hosanna. This would be our own. Nobody else's, but our own. But anyway, I'm going to bring her on, and I'm going to do an interview with, and I'm going to let her explain to you all what she should be doing. And I will be promoting her. She's a beautiful young lady, very talented. Her and I had a chance to talk, and very talented. And her grandmother passed while we were there, and I had the opportunity to go and see her mother and pray for her mother. So yeah, it was life changing. It really was, and I'm very grateful for that. But anyway, so I'm gonna bring her on. I'm gonna bring on a lot. I'm gonna bring on some more of them and everything because I want you all to meet Miss Miami. Miss Miami. Let me tell you about Miss Miami. Oh Lord, Miss Miami Yeah, that girl right there. She remind me so much of one of my daughters. She got big, beautiful eyes. And they was on Zoom. We was on Zoom. And I remember the coach, the coach that does the speeches, he was training them. And I remember the coach said something. That girl's eyes went up in the sky and came back down. And then when they said about us getting up, we had to be at the thing at 5 o'clock in the morning because they're doing the makeup. She said, "Who we?" So when I got there, I wanted to especially meet her, and so everybody else just bust out laughing about it. She is so funny. But what I like about her, what she does, she works with children, teaching children, and they're trying to do away with our Black history. Some of the things that you all are working with, everyday stuff, some of it was created by Black people. And I've always heard that American Express was created by a Black man. But when I Google it, they moved it out and put somebody else there. I learned about this when I was in high school, which was back in the 70s. And they said American Express was created by a Black man. But if you Google it, it says something else. And so they're trying to do away with Black history. But this young lady, she's taken a stand, and I support her all the way to the bone. Because we got to stop listening to a lot of that crazy nonsense on Instagram. Stop listening to it. I mean, truthfully, stop listening to it. Instagram, only thing I listen to, only thing that I listen to on Instagram is getting recipes. I gotta be honest with y'all. I, I get me some recipes, and sometimes I get me some if some good businesses come through, I hook that up. But other than that, honey, that doggone Instagram is a case of bias. Facebook, Instagram, I do Facebook, but I like Instagram because it has a lot of great things on it. But as I said, I'm going to shut down for real because I got some more things to do. But I had to come on and just give my testimony, my experience. And if you live in the Florida area, get a hold to just Google it or go on my Instagram page, Lady Michelle Natural Beauty, and you'll see my logo. Go get a hold to Miss Corporate America, Florida. Get a hold to Miss Fiona and just tell her Lady Michelle sent me, and get involved with it. It's not about the crown. It's about showing what you can do. And I guarantee it will pull everything out of you. It will pull everything out of you. My crown is sitting on my dresser between my partner's picture and my picture. Because he is part royalty over in Africa. So that crown sits there between us. And so yeah. So what I'm saying to you all, be encouraged. 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 I love you all. Check out my TV network. I'm going to put the link in the description box. I love you. Be blessed. Until next time. Ciao.